Did you know that reportedly, to produce the desired drugged-out effect for his role as the drug addict in the police station in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off, actor Charlie Sheen stayed awake for more than 48 hours straight before the scene was filmed? Did you know that the idea of a sequel to the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off has gone around for years, with Ferris in college or on the job somewhere, but the idea has been dropped? Actor Matthew Broderick said that he felt the film didn't need a sequel, that this film was about a specific time and place that we'd all like to revisit, and it didn't need updating. Did you know that while filming the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off, reportedly director John Hughes told actor Ben Stein, who had a degree in economics, to present an actual economics lecture in his scenes? That's the reason nothing Stein says, aside from the roll call, is scripted. Did you know that during the parade in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off, several of the people seen dancing, including the construction worker and the window washer, originally had nothing to do with the film? They were simply dancing to the music being played, and director John Hughes found it so hilarious that he told the camera operators to record it. Did you know that actor Cindy Pickett and Lyman Ward, who played Ferris's parents in the 1986 movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, married in real life after filming the movie? They later divorced in 1992. Did you know that actor Mia Sara says she surprised Ferris Bueller's Day Off director John Hughes when she auditioned for the role of Sloane Peterson? Quote, "It was funny. He didn't know how old I was, and he said he wanted an older girl to play the 17-year-old. He said it would take someone older to give her the kind of dignity she needed. He almost fell out of his chair when I told him I was only 18. Did you know that in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the hand that presses the speaker button on Cameron's phone actually belongs to director John Hughes? When the crew left, Hughes took the camera and shot it himself, since no one else was getting it right. Did you know that according to writer-director John Hughes, Cameron in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off was based in large part on a friend of his in high school? Quote, "He was sort of a lost person. His family neglected him, so he took that as a license to really pamper himself. When he was legitimately sick, he actually felt good because it was difficult and tiring to have to invent diseases. But when he actually had something, he was relaxed." Did you know that reportedly the shot of Ferris playing the clarinet on the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off was done on the spot? Someone saw the instrument as part of the set, and actor Matthew Broderick said he could play it, which, of course, he couldn't. Did you know that after working together on the 1985 movie Weird Science, reportedly John Hughes offered Bill Paxton the role of the garage attendant in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Paxton, however, turned it down because he felt the role was too small. He later admitted that he regretted turning it down because Hughes never offered him a role again. Did you know that Ferris Bueller's Day Off actor Mia Sara says that actor Matthew Broderick actually tickled her feet and knees to get her to laugh naturally in the taxi scene? Did you know that even though they played siblings in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off, actors Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey would later become engaged after the movie? Tragically, approximately a year later, after Broderick finished filming the 1988 movie Biloxi Blues, and before Grey's premiere for the 1987 movie Dirty Dancing, the couple was involved in a fatal crash in Northern Ireland, where the passengers of the other vehicle, a mother and a daughter, died in the accident. Did you know that Cameron's father's Ferrari in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off wasn't a real Ferrari? Because it was too expensive to rent one, 3 replicas were made using an MG chassis, each with a fiberglass body. Did you know that according to actor Alan Ruck, the role of Cameron in the 1986 film Ferris Bueller's Day Off had originally been offered to Emilio Estevez, who turned it down? "Every time I see Emilio, I want to kiss him," said Ruck. "Thank you." Did you know that if you look closely in the 1986 classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off, most of the license plates are all abbreviations for titles of films by director John Hughes? Katie's is VCTN, which is the stand-in for National Lampoon's Vacation. Jeannie's is TBC, The Breakfast Club. Tom's is MMOM, Mr. Mom. Rooney's is 4FBDO, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The only exception is Cameron's father's Ferrari, the license plate of which reads NRVOUS.